So I wanted to give you guys a different scenery as we talk about May 18th, 2024, which is going to be a very interesting fight day. And I'm going to tell you why, especially if you are a Manchester sports fan or a Manchester combat sports fan. In particular, Tyson Fury and LaRon Murphy are both going to fight on May 18, 2024. And we're going to talk about it while looking at this beautiful scenery behind you in ways that other mixed martial arts channels may not really explore that particular idea, but why not? So let's talk MMA as we take a look at the beautiful landscape around us, okay? Matter of fact, let's just walk around and talk about it while we go on. So, obviously, the May 18th boxing card with Usyk versus Tyson Fury, that is going to be for the undisputed championship of the world in terms of heavyweight boxing. And we haven't had a champion like that unify the entire belts in undisputed matter in a heavyweight division for 25 years. And the last person that was able to do that was none other than Lennox Lewis. Okay, and then after Lennox Lewis, the belts had scattered. The Klitschko brothers had sort of shared their own particular championship when it came to the heavyweight division, meaning that one guy had the WBA, the IBF, the other guy had the WBA, the WBC. Well, in this particular instance, now you get to unify all that. Obviously, Tyson is considered the lineal champion, but now he has the WBC belt, a belt that he's never worn before. But Usyk has the belts that Fury once held. All those four major belts, including the IBO that Anthony Joshua won independently outside of the normal spectrums of, let's say, governing sanctions in boxing. But either way, the other side of that is obviously a UFC fight night card with LaRon Murphy taking on the legendary Edson Barboza. That's a great matchup considering that LaRon Murphy is a young up-and-comer and, by the way, has a great story. The guy has been shot, and had bullet wounds in his face like he was 50 Cent, and has this real awesome gangster persona that I think he could use and market himself with the right circumstances given his career trajectory. Now, Edson Barboza, legendary fighter, has had a spinning heel kick knockout reel on top of leg kicking the hell out of people out of fights, right? Making them quit just based on the rapid leg kicks that he throws, right? An absolute Muay Thai specialist. But LaRon Murphy is somebody that is gaining a whole lot more of a well-rounded skill set. You see, he's coming from a generation that literally learned mixed martial arts, everything all together, rather than learning it in an individual compository sport, or maybe just specializing in one thing and perhaps maybe neglecting other certain instances of skill deficiencies that they have to close a gap in. But LaRon Murphy has perfected only mixed martial arts. And that right there is an art all of by himself, really. It's just an art by itself. It really is an art by itself. Because the certain habits that you have for boxing is not the same that you can apply for MMA. The certain habits that you have for wrestling, constantly being in a low stance at all times, it is not conducive to MMA, especially if, let's say, somebody is planning on head kicking you or throwing a knee or perhaps maybe hitting you with a shot that is, let's say, a front kick of some sort or anything like that. Or maybe just a long jab that can hit you from a far range. So it's not applicable to do what you do in wrestling that you would do in MMA. Whereas this is where the MMA fighter, the person that starts out just doing MMA, has the advantage. So what do I see here? In all true to God honesty, I could see Lerone Murphy edging out a decision. How? Going into his wrestling, if let's say he gets in trouble. Now here's the thing, Edson Barboza, not really the best wrestler in the world. We've seen him get out-grappled by Khabib. We've seen him get out-grappled by Bryce Mitchell. Not bad names to get out-grappled by, but let's just be honest. Edson Barboza is not a grappling guy, at least not in the highest order. Now, this is also to say that he can still challenge Lerone Murphy on the wrestling side. But what I'm saying is that I think he is just way more well-rounded than, let's say, Edson Barboza, who I believe is well-rounded, but not in a three-dimensional way, more like a two-dimensional way. And let me explain, right? So he has enough skills to grapple, but his absolute specialty is Muay Thai. Whereas with Lerone Murphy, he's got great knockout power. He has great stand-up, very good stand-up, to be quite honest with you, and also an evolving grappling game. So as a result, he's going to challenge him in every department. Whereas there are certain departments that Edson Barboza could fail in, especially in the clinch exchanges. I could see Lerone Murphy edging out a decision in this one. Now, back to Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. In all true to God honesty, I see Tyson Fury winning this. Why? You got to understand that even though Usyk has certain attributes that are higher than Tyson, all of that will be null and voided once Tyson uses his height, his reach, and his power in order to do what he wants with Usyk. I'm going to go with a decision or a late stoppage, similar to what you just saw last night with Kambosos and Lomachenko. The way that fight was going, it looked like Lomachenko was just going to edge out a decision. Lo and behold, out of nowhere, in the 11th round, he gets a stoppage. This is the same way that I see with Tyson Fury in order for him to win the undisputed championship of the world, which I think he will. He's going to be way too much for Usyk, and he's in the best shape of his life right now. So this is one thing that you're going to expect out of him. He's going to be dodging in and out, not only that, darting from one side of the ring to the other, and he's going to use his reach, his height, and his power to win. So that's the official decision with that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you soon.